Comeuppance Network.
This is how to watch TV.
On Comeuppance Network. This is how to watch TV.
Chronologically Lost with Joel and Jenna. My name's Joel.
This is Jenna.
I like it.
We're brought to you by
Took us 57 episodes to get here.
Oh, we got it. All right. We're brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You could find all of our social media links at thishishowtowatchtv.com.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter. Subscribe on iTunes, although I think the feed's broken at the moment. I don't know what's going on with that. Subscribe on YouTube. That's the main thing.
Do that.
Oh, okay. Well, episode 57, we're talking November 25th through 27th, 2004, days 65 to 67. I mean, we're getting into the heart of the Hatch storyline here. Like, it's pretty much done. Like, it's coming up soon where that shit's not gonna...
I know. They didn't go into it quite enough. Right. I mean, there's so many more Hatches that we need to see.
Yes, we need to see a lot more Hatches. Day 65 on the beach, everyone's trying to flag down the boat, and Saeed, Sawyer, and Jack swim out there, and they climb on, and then you hear like opera music, and Desmond's down below, and he starts shooting out the fucking top. And
I mean, they just like instantly took off their clothes and got in the water and started swimming. Like, what if this
Jack didn't take his shirt off, but he did take his socks off. So socks have to go for swimming.
Well, yeah, because your feet being way down. No way. Yeah. But Sawyer left his jeans on. Apparently that's easy to swim with jeans. I doubt that.
Well, he was probably freeballing, so he didn't want to just go naked.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could be washing underwear in the Hatch at this point.
Yeah.
Not for long.
But you only have like one pair of underwear when you're on a plane, so unless you find your suitcase with your underwear, you're potentially wearing dead people's underwear.
I mean, it's not like they wore it when they were dead.
Hashtag dead people's underwear.
Oh, God damn it. It's just going to have to come up with the stupidest hashtags every fucking episode. Dead people's underwear.
Are you keeping track of these? I mean...
Hashtag dead people's underwear.
Somebody has to, when people die, people donate the underwear, or do they throw it away?
Who's...
Back to real life.
Wait a minute. Who would ever take underwear...
From like the thrift store? I'm not sure.
Would you ever buy...
I would never.
Is there a single scenario in which you would ever buy secondhand underwear?
If I was...
Because it was too expensive to buy your own clean underwear.
If I was on an island and I didn't have any of my own underwear, I would take the dead people's underwear. Kind of like when...
Sorry, off of their corpse or from their luggage?
From their luggage.
Well, that's not dead people's underwear.
Yes, it is. Because they wore it before they died. Okay. Like when Kate sadly took the boot off of the... Kate peeled the boot off and then she pulled the pants off and then pulled the underwear off.
She kept taking things.
Yeah, she wanted like a sleep nightgown and like sleep shorts, She kept
taking parts. Yeah. And then she was like, ooh, those are nice too.
Ooh, those are nice.
Fix the pants.
Ooh,
those
Victoria's
are nice underwear.
Secret undies. Thanks, Shannon.
Somebody looks over and it's just like a naked corpse. Like, ridiculous.
Okay.
Desmond looks up and they repeat the you thing.
Yeah, I mean, they hop on that boat, and it could have been anybody willing to shoot at them. And has there been a Mythbusters episode that proves that guns still work after you swim with them?
They didn't shoot.
But they drew the guns as if... Yeah.
Well, but Sawyer did. He shot on the raft.
I know, I'm saying. They were all wet. They just swam to that boat with their guns. So will the guns work after being wet?
I don't know enough about guns.
I don't either. That's what
Does anybody know anything about wet guns?
Hashtag wet guns.
Oh, God damn it.
So good.
Guns and dead people's underwear.
Yep.
Okay. We come back after the opening credits, and it is day 65 at night. Everyone's on the beach asking what's going on. Desmond's back, and that's all Jack knows. And we see Desmond over by a fire getting shit-faced. And Jack brings him something to eat. He thinks Desmond chose to come back. Like, he's like, you think I was sailing around? And he's like, oh, I should go back.
Yeah.
He said he was sailing for 2.5 weeks, due west at 9 knots. He should have been in Fiji in less than a week. He says this is all that's left.
But do they know where they are in proximity to Fiji? I mean,
in the sense that they know they're in the South Pacific.
Okay.
Because they were
flying.
But
is Fiji that big that they would have just run into it?
If you're sailing in its general direction, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Maybe.
I have no idea.
Why are you not looking up how big is Fiji?
Because I'm terrible with maps.
Fair enough.
I don't even know where Lost is.
You'd be like, look, it's huge.
I'm lost. Like, oh, there's Antarctica.
He says that he thinks that this is all that's left, the ocean and this place.
Yeah.
Stuck in a bloody snow globe, as he says.
Which is a great analogy.
In a way they are, though, because
they can only leave when Jacob wants them to leave, or they can only leave through that one coordinate.
But
that
has to be Jacob related, though, doesn't it?
I think that they made that.
It's not like
that
Ben
entrance.
could do that.
You had to find that entrance somehow.
Okay, because I never really
or
thought
go
about all of
under
that.
it in the submarine.
Because Ben set it up so they couldn't communicate with the outside world. Like, he restricted that.
Yeah.
By cutting that shit off with the the looking glass hatch.
Right.
And
once you get out.
But Jacob had to be the one saying, you can only get here. I don't know how.
Certain way. I don't know, because like when the freighter leaves that area, all of a sudden.
What's this freighter you're talking about? I've never seen a freighter.
When they get outside of that snow globe,
yeah,
then they can't see it anymore, and that's when they were like teasing the island was under the water. You remember?
Right. Yeah. Well, Desmond asks if they're still pushing the button, and Saeed tells Jack that Faye gave them the boat to take advantage of Michael being compromised, that whole thing.
Well, I mean, they made it out like, oh, everybody wants to know what's going on. Why is the boat here? Da da da. But like,
yeah, Desmond's
just
back.
tell
That's
the
all.
people, like, hey,
It's the guy
Desmond,
that
it
was
was
in the hatch.
Desmond's boat, and
He was in the hatch, and
yeah. But did they explain all that to all the
They didn't seem particularly interested.
The people that were living on the beach?
Yeah. I mean, again, always a new crew.
Always.
It's always different backgrounds.
Haven't seen Nikki and Paulo.
Right. Well, you're never going to see them in the background of an episode.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. Saeed thinks he's gaining an advantage by sailing around the island to scout before they arrive. He's going to go on there by foot. And he talks about going undetected on shore, but he's going to start a signal fire. Yeah, no one will see that. They definitely won't see that coming.
Right.
Hashtag discreet signal fire.
I don't like it.
And then he's like, dark black smoke. Never heard of it.
Well, and the fact, was he doing that only because he thinks that the others use the dark black smoke, but that was just what...
That was Russo, wasn't it?
Yeah, what Danielle said that they did. Yeah. But there's no really proof that they did that.
Correct. When they took Alex, we didn't see tall black smoke. We didn't see that.
We didn't see that?
I don't think so, no. He took her at night.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, Saeed's confident Michael has been turned, and Jack's just such a tool. He's like, we have to tell Sawyer and Hurley and Kate. He's like, just fucking be discreet.
Right.
Like the
just
signal
don't
fire.
tell anybody.
Hashtag discreet signal fire. Still don't like it?
Hashtag wet guns.
Oh, god damn it. Wet guns is better. So he's trying to let the others know that they're coming via the signal fire. He's trying to...
No, he's trying to let Jack know that...
No, but they're also trying... Saeed even said, we're going to let them know that we're coming the same way that they let us know that they're coming. But they don't fucking do that. It was Danielle. Right. So he's using something that they don't fucking know about, so it would make them know that he's coming, and that's it. Like,
yeah, because... But he should know that Russo did that, because she admitted to lighting it.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We go to the hatch, and Locke hobbles in. He says he's been thinking, and he doesn't want Echo to push the button. he like tries dropping the S-bomb on Echo, telling him, he's a slave
and he's like,
the button.
I'm not a slave.
And he's like, do not tell me what I cannot do. Like, okay, can you be more proper about it?
Right.
Locke tries to smash the computer, and he stops it. And
I thought he was trying to knock out Echo.
No, he was trying to smash the monitor, so he couldn't push the button. And Echo stops him and then throws him out. And he sounds like a mental patient. As long as we push it, we'll never be free. We're puppets on a string. And then he's like, you are now free. Do not come back.
Do not come back.
Then we go to day 66, and on the beach, Jack's giving out guns, and Kate is being stupid and bringing up what they saw in the medical hatch in front of fucking Michael. Like, obviously she doesn't know that he's compromised, but like...
Right.
And then we get to see Michael be super insistent that, no, they are hillbillies. Like, ugh. Like, it's so over the top. But and Jack starts finally believing.
In his defense, he did only see them be hillbillies. So, like, they would walk, he was living in tent, he was kept chained up in a tent, or tied up in a tent, and they came in and fed him out of wooden bowls or whatever. Like, he wasn't living in Dharmaville.
Right.
He wasn't tied up where the houses are. So as far as he's concerned, as much as I agree with you, because it was super like, no, they're terrible people. They are hillbillies. We have to go get them.
We have to go right now.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, he would believe that they were hillbillies.
Okay.
He's got no other reason to believe otherwise.
But he is absolutely saying it in this regard to manipulate them into going, as opposed, to trick them. On the boat, Desmond sails back to land on the rubber raft, and Saeed wants to use the boat to go to the North Shore.
Okay,
and he's like, off to see the hostiles, huh? I thought that was pretty great.
Who was off to see the hostiles?
He said he asked that of Saeed.
Oh,
Desmond did. So Desmond was using the old Dharma term, hostiles.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the first times we heard that. I'm pretty sure we haven't heard hostiles before.
So he doesn't know. Okay, so they're pretending to be hostile. The others
are the hostiles, originally.
Okay, but I'm confused why Desmond would have been on the raft in this scene, because he was already on the beach, right?
He went back to get something to drink.
Oh.
Went back to get more booze.
Okay, because I was like, why was that so out of order? Like, he was already on the beach, and now he's on the raft again? Like,
no.
Okay.
Saeed tells him he doesn't know how to sail, and he's like, well, you better go find somebody. And he goes and asks Sun to ask Jin, and then Sun's like, well, I'm going too. And he's like, well, I did not... I'm sorry if my question was confusing. Like, don't be such a dick, dude.
Right.
Like, that was pretty shitty.
Didn't mean to mislead you, but you're not invited.
Right. And then, she's coming with because she's a translator, and, you need multiple people to sail.
She's a trans what?
The what?
She's a trans what?
She's trans. Later. We'll talk about that. Translator. She's a translator.
Get it?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
In the jungle, they're walking, and they're walking for a little while. That is super loud. What are you doing over there?
I can't believe they got it off in one peel.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
Happened, right?
Never. It's always like a little... Anyway.
Sawyer nearly picks up the doll, and then Kate explains that they got caught in a net, and he's like...
Who's a net?
That's what... he, figures out that they literally got caught in a net.
Oh, you didn't have sex.
Right.
Okay, got it.
He's like, I thought you meant something else. And then the hurley-bird flies over him. And
he goes, did that bird just say my name?
It's like, yeah, right before it crapped gold. But
he said yes.
But did you notice?
Right before, he paused, like he did believe.
Yeah, because he was fucking with him. So did you notice that Michael tried to shoot it? He tried to shoot the bird and the gun didn't work.
Because it was hashtag wet guns?
No, it was not hashtag wet guns. Jack says he's sorry. He must have forgotten to load it. So he left it empty because they don't trust Michael. Oh. Michael's starting to figure out
that they know
what's going on. Yeah.
I didn't. Oh, well, I did catch that he was empty, but I don't remember I don't understand why he would have tried to shoot the bird just because he's
was
on
startled.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In the jungle, Charlie's walking and he sees Locke sobbing by a tree. Like, it's much harder to like Locke in this version.
So much harder.
Do you agree?
I don't like him.
Like, he's really kind of a... It's almost like the way he interacts with people is why people don't like him.
Yeah.
And why he has a hard time and shit. Like,
but at the same time, he, had a hard upbringing. He had, foster care and all that.
Charlie's like, what happened to your face? Hilarious.
Yeah.
He taunts Locke a bit, saying, if he's sad, he can have a drink with Desmond. And he's like, he's back? So that was hope for Locke finally. Again, he's trying to find meaning in the whole Hatch thing that he thought was his fucking destiny and blah, blah, blah. On the beach, Saeed's loading up the raft with guns and shit. And
the raft or the boat?
The little raft to get to the boat.
Oh, I see.
And he's like, I'm sorry if what I said was confusing. Like, Jesus, dude. I mean, come on. Let's see. So Desmond sees Claire using the injection and tells her not to bother. He asks about the baby's father, and she says maybe he thought he would be a lousy father and did what was best by walking away. Like, what kind of thing to say is that? Why are you speculating on why the baby daddy left? How is that ever appropriate?
What else does she have other than to speculate?
No,
he didn't give her.
But why would he speculate?
Oh, he said that?
Yes.
Oh.
He said maybe he thought he'd be a lousy father and did what was best by walking away. And she says fuck off with her eyes, but with her mouth said he was doing what was best for him.
Oh. I mean,
I just thought, why would you say that? I mean, he must be drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's drunk.
He's drunk.
At night on day 66 on the beach, Locke asks what did one snowman say to the other?
I smell carrots.
Smells like carrots.
Smells like carrots.
And then he says, hello, Boxman. I forgot Boxman, that he worked at a box factory. They share a drink by the fire, or by a fire. And Desmond tells him he was down in the hatch for 3 years. And Locke's going, well, what if I told you that was all for nothing? And he tells him about the pearl and explains that it said it was a psychological experiment, then gives him the orientation film. And says Mr. Echo took over pushing the button, so now, we're gonna find out what happens tomorrow So I don't know. I like their plan.
Yeah.
I like the way they executed it. I think they did a great job of getting what they wanted.
Yeah.
In the jungle, Sawyer offers Hurley some food, and he declines, and he's just like, really?
Right.
Like, come on, dude. He cannot be hungry. His girlfriend just died. It's only been like a day or two.
Yeah.
Michael's being weird in the jungle.
They did only go on half a date. I get that he was into her, but
she was also into him. It's not like he's now has to miss out on what he thought, what it could have been, kind of thing. Like, that's got to be worse than having gutted.
He's a bajillionaire, so when he goes home, he can buy himself some honey and.
I mean, but how is that the same as somebody liking him for who he is?
Oh.
She liked him for Hurley.
Okay.
Not because of his money.
Well, she was crazy, and so was he.
I mean, do you want his mom setting him up? She's fucking batshit.
And she's the worst looking person.
I can't do the face, but
googly eyes.
Yeah. So Michael's being all weird in the jungle, and then Jack asks what's up, and Michael thanks him for helping my son. Live together, die alone, Jack says.
Yeah.
Okay, the little callback there to your speech. Liked it.
It was good.
He's like, it's my catchphrase now.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that all the time.
Day 67 on the boat. Son throws up from morning sickness, not seasickness, so that, they really have done an amazing job in making sure that it matches up and when it's supposed to be happening. Mm-hmm. They had to have somebody specifically on that.
On timeline duty?
Right. And then we see the foot of the statue.
Yes.
And I don't know what is more disquieting, the fact that the rest of the statue is missing or the fact that it has 4 toes. Go visit Jacob.
Disquieting is what he said?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said disturbing.
No, I don't know what is more disquieting.
What is disquieting? Who talks like that?
Somebody who wants to make a profound statement when he sees something as weird as a 4-toed statue. How did you feel when you saw that the first time? Do you remember? Do you remember what you thought when you first saw that? Like, what went through your head?
Oh, I guess it was more like, oh, it's been on the island a really long time. Like, that's cool. It could have been like, from Egyptian times where they just built random it didn't have to actually make sense that it was a human or not a human or whatever. The funny thing is this morning, Madeline was watching a video on something about the Trolls movie or something. And they're all like playing with the trolls and this and that. And she's like, why do they have 4 toes? And I that made me think of the statue because I just watched the episode. Like, oh, trolls and whatever this thing is also.
I just remember that being a major turn in the series in terms of the sci-fi element for me.
More questions?
Yes, where it was just like, I'm so into whatever is going on right now. I want to know more about
Where's
that
the rest of the statue?
Right. Well, we already know.
But did we saw it way back in the day, right?
And we saw it get broken. Yeah.
We did see it get it was the
Richard Alpert.
On the Black Rock. Okay.
Yeah. Monsoon threw them on the island.
But where's the rest of it? So is it
underwater?
You think the head is
somewhere underwater. If they went out there, they could find it.
Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we go scuba diving and find it?
I want to do that.
You think
so
they
badly.
put it like in the ocean?
Why can't they just take
Hawaii?
a little section of the 39 square miles that they have in Disneyland and make a fucking Lost Island?
That would be really cool.
That has all the hatches that you could go in. Oh my God, that would be the best thing ever. How do we petition to make that happen?
Is this going to be like the statue next to your mailbox?
Oh, that would be amazing. But somebody will be a jerk and break it.
What if this was your mailbox? Or if like flipped open this way?
The face.
The face would flip
or
open?
Or it's just the 4-toed statue. The 4-toed foot.
Yeah.
There's
too many jerks. My mailbox has been hit 4 times in the past 8 years.
Well, whatever. It would be fun to build again. In the hatch, Echo's at the computer when lockdown is initiated. Or you start seeing something happen.
Well, he wasn't sure what was happening.
He blew the fuse.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He ripped it out. We hear it counting down from 8, and then the blast door closes, and Echo shoves his stick under, and Locke's waiting on the other side and fucking snatches it from him. That was awesome.
Well, wouldn't the stick have just been crushed?
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked like the rod did, the metal, or the crowbar is what he had. Locke tells Desmond that he's more sure about this than anything in his whole life. And now they wait, and then...
So, have we not seen Desmond turn the key yet?
He hasn't turned the key yet.
So, he was just late in typing in the numbers when...
Correct.
When the plane crashed.
He thought about turning the key before. He was sitting down there drinking prior.
Okay.
And he was like, saying, thinking about doing it, but he can never do it.
Right.
Yeah. But that was in
the long time ago?
2001 to 2003, somewhere in there. Desmond asks who Mr. Echo is, and then we see him. Well, he tells him he's a priest. And, he's like, well, wait a minute.
We just kicked out a priest?
Like, he was in the ministry or whatever before. So, like, he was probably had some conflicting emotions about that. Echo climbs out of the hatch, the regular, like, up the way that they came down, and sees the quarantine marking on the door. At the beach. It was fucking hilarious. Possibly one of the funniest things in this show. Charlie playing guitar, and Echo runs up and goes, do you know how they got the hatch door open? And he goes, no, but if you hum it, I could probably play it. Do you know how you got the hatch door open? Like, as if he was asking him, do you know how to play this song? How you get the hatch door open? And he's like,
I did not get that at all.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, but if you hum it, I could probably pick up the...
Oh, my God.
Hilarious. Do you know how they got the hatch door open? So,
as if how they got the hatch door open was a song.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. I didn't catch on to that at all.
God, that was funny. So Echo's sure that in 90 minutes everyone on the island will die. And then I noticed on Charlie's watch that it's 8:38 in the morning.
And he's all like, oh, cool, so we got like 90 minutes.
Right.
What are you going to do in your next 90 minutes?
Well, he joins the cause. He says he's in. Sawyer asks Michael in the jungle if the others are left over from the Dharma Initiative. his theory is that they're aliens. Like, so he must be speaking for the audience. He must be mocking the audience. You know, the fans that would say stuff like that. Kate tells Sawyer to keep moving because they're being followed. And she says she's going to turn the tables on them. They start shooting. Sawyer shoots one of them. And then Michael, you can tell he's just like silently freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Jack tells Sawyer and Kate that it doesn't matter if the one that got away, you know, tells them that they're coming because
they already know.
Yeah, they already know. Michael already warned them. Jack tells Michael to tell him, and he says it was the only way. I mean,
I guess it was the only way. I mean, I still hate Michael right now, but I mean, I get as a mother, as a parent, I get that you would like do anything for your kid.
And he says they gave him a list with their names on it, and then Kate asks if he let Henry go. And then Hurley asks if he killed them, Ana Lucia and Libby, and he's like, I had to. And then he said Libby was a mistake. He didn't have time to think. He goes, but if you did have time, like, he still would have killed her, is basically what he's saying. Well, like, even if you thought about it, you would have to kill her. There'd be no other option.
Right.
So he's just like, don't fucking try to use that as an excuse. But he says he is sorry. You know, I mean, obviously.
Well, duh.
But I mean, I guess not duh. He doesn't have to be. He doesn't
have
even have to pretend that he's sorry.
He doesn't know them. I mean, he only knew, first of all, Ana Lucia kept him in a freaking pit for 4 days, 5 days, however long it was. And Libby, he only knew barely on the walk back. So it's not like he was emotionally attached to either one of them. So I get that he doesn't care.
So he's just my sonning, blah, 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 my son.
My son.
Hurley says he's going back, and then Jack's like, you can't. If they don't believe that they trust Michael, they'll kill them all. I mean, I don't know how he knows that. Yeah, exactly. That seems a bit like he's manipulating. No, he's manipulating Hurley to stay.
Yeah.
Because he wants to see how it plays out, and then he tells them that they have a plan. In the boat, Saeed is praying, and Jen sees the rock with the hole in it, which we have pictures by. I'll post those on Twitter. Not that you
hashtag hole rock.
Hashtag. So they're there, and in the jungle, Charlie and Echo are looking for the dynamite. Echo brings it into the hatch and puts it by the blast door, and then starts wiring it up, and Charlie's like, aren't you worried about hurting the computer and fucking that up? And, you know, Echo's like, you can leave now.
Right.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Right.
Like, do you not understand how you sound? Go get my things from the beach. You can leave now. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Like,
well, but he spoke English where he was from, right? Maybe they just didn't have manners. It was all just matter-of-fact conversation.
Uh-huh. Charlie tells Locke and Desmond that Echo's going to blow it up with dynamite, and Desmond shrugs it off, saying it'll take an atom bomb. Not a hydrogen one? I wonder if it would take a hydrogen bomb as well. Desmond says he's sure it'll hold, and Charlie's like, you're about to be detonated. Like, I like the terms.
Yeah.
You know, getting blown up like that, because the bomb was... I wonder if at that point they knew it was a bomb that
caused
opened the you know, the ground more, you know, and caused said incident. Echo's wiring it up, and Charlie's questioning Echo, saying, what if John's right? And then Echo loses his shit and shows Charlie the magnetism by taking off his belt. That must have been a confusing couple seconds for Charlie.
But Charlie
wondering
didn't
where
know.
that was going. No, wondering where that was going. He gets thrown against the wall. Echo reaches down and pulls off his belt. That had to be a confusing second or two.
Are you about to spank me?
Are you going to rape me? What
is
happening
going
right
on?
now? What are you going to do in my pants?
What? Why are you taking off the belt?
Yeah. Like, that must have been like, holy fuck, what? I don't know this guy.
Right. No, I'm not going to question it anymore. Never mind.
And then he throws it at the wall and it sticks. And Charlie's like, I will see myself out.
Yeah.
Echo says if John opens the door, he'll forgive him. Like, again, do you not see how douchey that sounds?
Right.
That nobody's going to fall for that.
And Locke's like, I don't need your forgiveness. I don't care at all.
Right. It's this, I don't know.
It's that holier than thou thing.
Right. Right. Echo lights the fuse, and Charlie doesn't think it's a good idea, and then, you know, it explodes. And Desmond's like, I think their friends just blew themselves up. And Locke's like, they're not my friends. Like, even on the island, he manages to be just enough of a douche that people don't like him.
Right.
It's not unjustified, Locke. I wish that it was unjustified hate from other people, but like you come across that way, that it's. I mean, I know that's the point. Whatever. Locke thinks it's a trick and that Desmond shouldn't open the blast doors because they're being quiet out there. And he's like, if the reason you're letting the timer count down is because you need to look down the barrel of a gun, to find out what you really believe. And he's like, I thought this was my destiny. A kid died because he was stupid enough to believe that I knew what I was talking about. And on the night he died for nothing, I was up there alone, screaming at the door, beating on it, and then the light went on. He was like, it was probably just you going to the bathroom. But I thought it was a sign. Now, why didn't he tell him you saved my life then?
Because they probably didn't know that backstory yet. They hadn't written that script.
Okay, that's good.
Because Desmond is not a real person with real memories.
Right.
Okay.
In the others' camp, Saeed approaches on foot and he sees everything's abandoned. He goes to that door hatch that I was telling you about.
Super exciting. I was like, oh, it was nothing.
Right, it was nothing. You're just like, oh, you fuckers. Oh. In the jungle, they're still walking.
But who's the asshole that's like, all right, you two, get some guns. You're going to guard this door right here. There's nothing behind it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't ever open the doors.
Don't worry about it. You're not allowed in there.
Right.
You don't have clearance for that. If somebody comes out, you let me know.
So everything in the Dharma Initiative is, except for pushing the buttons, is just fucking with people's heads.
No. Because the Orchid Station is real.
The Orchid
Station where they do time travel. Where they do the time shifting.
Oh. But, I mean, that one with the doors to nowhere.
The one with the doors to nowhere?
That one that they just opened.
That one was set up by them, though. Not by the Dharma Initiative.
We don't know that.
You think the Dharma Initiative set up the tents like that?
Not necessarily the tents, but they could have put the freaking fake doors there.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, I wonder why they would have done that. Hashtag fake doors.
It was
hashtag real fake doors.
Did it have a door on it? Is that the one that had the door logo?
Yes.
Okay. And then in the one that Locke found where they were looking at the
pearl.
Watching the pearl.
Yeah, that's the one with just a solid white logo in the middle.
And they're writing the books that they go to nowhere. That's all just for nothing.
Yeah, that's the next thing, pneumatic tube. That was one of my favorite things in the show. That reveal.
Yeah.
That it was like, holy shit, those tubes are going nowhere. Like they're just been, how long have they been piling up? Look how many there are.
Yeah.
And how many tubes do they fucking have? What? No,
somebody had
30 years, you said?
I said 3 years. I don't know. Maybe in the past, somebody's job was to constantly just pick up those things and send them back.
What if they were always having somebody monitor the Swan Hatch for 30 years?
And just constantly...
Since the 70s.
Just give them pneumatic tubes?
Yeah, just give them new ones to send up.
But who's providing the pneumatic tubes?
I don't know. Whoever's the one that's transitioning them from one job, because it had to be going for a long ass time. That pile was like the size of a house almost. Like it was fucking enormous.
Huge. Yeah.
And then they find Locke's blast door map, which he just sent up there. So it was just like, okay, it's connected to there. Yeah. That's fucking amazing. I don't know. That was just so
really, really cool.
Kate opens one and sees the whole book is filled, with notes talking about, them moving the ping pong table again or taking a shower. I wonder what time period those were all from, because it could have stopped
watching
before
these people
Desmond.
Shower and possibly do other dirty things to themselves on camera.
How did they never notice the cameras in the Swan Hatch?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're built into light bulbs or something.
Right. Let's see. Oh, so they see the signal fire is miles away, and Michael says he had to bring him out here, and then the whispers start. So that's confusing to me.
That was super confusing, because the whispers I thought were supposed to be the people who had unfinished business that were dead,
that
but
died
not
on the island. Yeah.
But it was as if the whispers were the others.
Right. That was what they're trying.
That's what the implication was.
Right.
So they, I think they just failed on wrapping up that storyline.
They just like changed gears and went with the Dharmaville story.
Yeah.
Like them living there in the houses with the book club.
Because the Whispers were definitely the others in this scene.
Right. Right.
That's it.
There's no other interpretation there that you can really make. Then there's blow darts and Jack's like, run! Sawyer gets one and then Kate and then Jack. And Jack is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like he's going to carry
he's
Kate.
Trying to fight it. Like, it just keeps going and then falls, and the others show up and take him. Yeah, I mean, I think the next we see of them is on the dock.
Yeah, under the hoods.
Right. In the hatch, Desmond asks about the Pearl, and he tells him that it's full of TV monitors. People filled notebooks about what they were doing in the Swan hatch, then put them in the pneumatic tube and sent it to their headquarters to evaluate them as an experiment. And Desmond's like, but what if the experiment's the opposite? What if they're the experiment of having to watch you do the real thing? And he asks if there was a computer, and it printed out numbers. So Locke gives Desmond the printout. So I wanted to show you this thing. When we first see the numbers, the first time we see them is here. Okay, so it shows 41602, which would be 4/16/2002, 108:05. That's not a real time. So like they just put a string of numbers together before when they first showed
Why would that not be real time?
108, because here's how it works. 9/22/2004 at 4:16 p.m.
But 108.
That's not a time, is what I'm saying. Like they changed their system.
Oh.
Like they changed the way that it was going to end up going. Like the first time they showed it, it's like 4/16/02, 07/205. So the 07 is just kind of extra at that point. But later on, when we see it in this episode, Desmond sees 9/22/04, signifying the date of the plane crash.
Yeah, and the time that he failed
to push the button.
Right.
But it is 108 minutes between the printout numbers. Like I saw one and it was sunfell.
Sundown.
I saw one and it went from 2:05 to like, I don't know, whatever 108 minutes later was. The weird thing about that is that implies that every time they waited 3 minutes of beeping.
Yeah, and who waits 3 minutes?
They wouldn't have done that.
No.
It would have been
as soon as the beeping starts, I'm like, oh my God, tape this shit in.
Continuity error. Should have been 104 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? In theory, it should have been 104 minutes. Nobody's waiting until the very end every time. That'd be so annoying. Like,
Maybe they were sleeping with headphones on or something.
Desmond asks when they came here, and then he says 65 days. Wrong, motherfucker. It's day 67.
Oh.
You stupid dummy. He tells him the date was September 22nd, 2004. And then he said, well, on that day at 4:16 p.m., I didn't push the button. I think I crashed your plane. I mean, that, again, one of the most shocking reveals in the show's history.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, holy shit, everything matters. Literally everything means something, and there's a reason for it, because it affects this thing later on, or that thing from the past, or...
Yeah.
The show's so good.
So good.
Did we just harmonize?
Hashtag dead people's underwear.
Oh, fucking dead people's underwear. We'll be back next week. Tell other people about the show. If you're watching Chronologically Lost, make other people watch Lost.
Make them watch it.
We have some other shows. I do Westworld and The Walking Dead with her husband, Jeremy. I do a weekly vlog called Chronologically Joel, which is just my daily home movies or whatever.
Starring Jenna Visitis.
Yeah, she's also in there occasionally.
Guest starring.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say starring, like appearance. She's a background extra.
What? Like Nikki and Paulo.
Yes, she's the Nikki and Paulo of Chronologically Joel. I used to do a comedy show on there called Blinkered. If you want to watch any of that shit, whatever. Subscribe on YouTube. That's the way to go. All my work is out there.
Do that.
All our stuff is there. And we will be back next week because... Oh, play the wrong one. Like
oh my god, always.
It's not working.
This is how to watch TV.
Fuck.
He's so professional.
See you later.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.